Hey everyone, what's up? It's me, Latoya from the Profit Room. I'm one of the team members, and I'm excited because I am about to release this student success story. However, before I do, I want to make sure that you all are aware that we are hosting a free live masterclass. It's going down this Wednesday, November 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern. The link will be in the description, so register, tap in. Also, make sure that you are on our email list because we release the news, we release discounts, and so many other things to them first. Also, stay engaged with us on our other social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the Facebook groups, as we slowly start to release content once again to our YouTube channel. Now, this student success story, we have others way before this, but we made an effort to drop this one first. Hope you enjoy it. Tap in. Hello, everyone. I am Latoya. I'm one of the co-founders for the Profit Room. We are a stock market trading and educational company. I'm actually excited today because we have a lovely student with us. Her name is Kim, and I'm not going to do too much talking because I want to get right to it. So Kim, please introduce yourself. Let everyone know where you're from.
I am originally from St. Louis. I live in Dallas. I moved here in 2008. I am no longer in corporate America. I was with AT&T for about 16 years and left in 2018 to invest in real estate. Did a couple deals there, and then decided to start adding to my income, just another stream of income. So I started doing loan signings.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time I was doing this, it was just always itching, like for me to do something different because it felt temporary. I wanted something more permanent. And that's when I started to consider trading.
Okay, so you started considering trading after how many years of that part?
Well, actually, I have a Facebook person that you probably remember, Sister Shanika, I believe.
Okay, yep.
In 2019, I just remember, I'm like, I know the Profit Room I've been following for a while, and she's the reason why.
Oh,
She was on Facebook 2019 around April, March, April, something like that. And she had either an interview or like a Zoom for people on Facebook to learn about the Profit Room. And then I signed up with the options group
mm-hmm.
training, I believe.
Yep, that's when we used to do or provide our group classes back, yep.
And that was a time of transition. It wasn't the right time for me, but I'm still glad that I started learning about the stock market, stock options, and knew that I would come back to it. So I didn't trade live at that time. I just went through the course and focused on real estate. And then so fast forward to this year, same time in the spring, it just constantly it was like in the back of my mind, I want to trade.
Mhm.
I have to get back to it. And so enrolled late July, started in August.
All right, so one thing I like is that you are a real estate professional. And what I get to ask, because
Yeah.
I have some real estate experience as well. Now, I don't necessarily want to compare the two markets, but I'm going to, since you dabbled in that department.
Yeah.
What do you think between both of them in terms of real estate and learning the art of trading and seeing the potential that trading brings? And like, what would you say? I know they differ, right? But at the
Hmm.
same time, people use each one or the other, sometimes both as an avenue to build wealth.
Yes.
I would like to hear your take on both or either.
So having dabbled in both now, it's so interesting because when I left AT&T, it was to become a successful real estate investor. That's all I could see.
Mm-hmm.
And thought at the time in 2019 that trading would be something I would do on the side. Um, Not so much for fun, but just for to keep my 401, the way I wanted, all that. So having put a whole lot of time and focus into real estate, I've just come to I've just settled on that it's going to be something that it will be on the side.
Okay.
It will be where I'll park my money when the time comes from trading, my income from trading, and then the excess and investments to park into real estate. Because it when I think about it, it's funny because when you are an investor, every deal that you get depends on a whole lot of things coming together the right way. You have to convince the buyer. You have to negotiate. You have to convince them to even listen to you.
Mm.
That's after having done a lot of work to pull lists and skip trace and make sure you get the right people. And then you have to pull all the heirs together if there are multiple people from it being a deceased owner. So it's a process, and it's something that I think about every once in a while, dabbling when I see a vacant house here and there. I'm tempted, and I'm going to, skip trace a few, but for it to be my sole income is just a whole lot of effort, and then it can all fall apart based on someone's whim, based on someone's experience. Someone can swoop in and um, scoop your deal. Title, it could be an issue with title. There are many things that can go wrong to thwart that whole deal, and then you have to start over, or you have to have a lot of capital to have a lot of irons in the fire to turn over that capital and keep it going, deal after deal after deal. So being one person,
Hmm.
it was just too much. It's something that I want to get back to when I have funds to work with, and when I choose to buy a foreclosure, when I choose to own or finance a deal, or do a sub two or a wrap, whatever I decide to do, it won't be that pressure. Like this deal has to close,
Right.
or
Understand.
else I'm going under. So that's where my is. I love real estate, but I don't like people in between my money and me.
And trading differs how?
Trading is just me and my computer and the market.
That's it.
That's it.
Anyone else influencing your decisions in terms of buying or selling or profiting or
Nothing.
knowing how to accept the loss is just you, your computer, in the market,
And the
basically.
market, it's a different beast in the sense that you have to go through the process I'm going through now, which is learn how to finesse it, how to approach the market. Am I in
Hmm.
the right mindset to trade today? Um, the emotion of it, the emotion of the market, my emotion. So all of that I'm learning now, but I know I'll be able to master that and pull money out of the market at will. And that is how I see my future going, where, as with real estate, it's just a lot that you have to do in hopes that the deal closes. And that's just a lot of effort that I'd rather spend mastering trading. And then when I'm comfortable, I can approach real estate in a whole different way.
Right. Whole different way, whole
Whole different
different
way.
mindset.
Hmm.
Definitely. Now, you've been in our program almost 3 months.
Hmm.
And within that 3 months, you have access to one of our trading rooms which we have with our students, of course. And I couldn't help but notice when you post your first profit, I said, hold on, Kim has not even finished the program. What's going on here?
That was sweet.
So walk us through that day and the events that took place leading up to how you profit.
What I remember is I had a thought in my head where through the simulation training or the paper trading, I would occasionally trade NQ and ES at the same time, just to see if they really move like I see them moving on the charts. Like if one goes up, the other goes up. So on that particular day, my first day actually going live, because everything prior had been simmed, I said, well, I'm just gonna do 5 micros and one ES, just to see, how what would happen. Because I had a really tight stop.
Right?
And that particular day, it just worked out where, yeah, I mean, when Ernest, oh my God, Ernest, and those levels,
Mm,
he put those levels in the room, in the chat room. and I marked them off, and I'm just waiting for it to flush, like we normally see. I normally see where it starts to move. Volume turns up at a certain point. And that particular day, I got in the right way and I got out the right way. When I looked up, I was up $1,200 plus,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad I was alone because I screamed my head off. My dog looked at me like, "What in the world?" It was a trip to just do it because I'd only done it once or twice in Sim,
Mm-hmm.
um, in and out that quick, and made that sort of income or profit like right away. Like it was just a beautiful flush. So the training and the levels and all the way it came together that day was just really, really something.
So it put everything into perspective, everything aligned basically.
It did.
And one thing I'll say about your simulation trays, because I was the one that reviewed it, I provided your feedback. For those that don't know, we have a great structure, a great process to make sure that students are really learning and connecting the content, the materials, the training, and everything we cover in a simulated environment, which is pretty much mirrors the real market environment. And we look at those traits to make sure that everything you're doing is aligned with how we taught it. That's very important, because if those traits were not hitting, we probably would not have granted you access. I'm being 100% real with you, to join the room, because
Yeah.
we know that environment, you have to think a certain way. And your trades, your simulated trades, even though they're not real, but we want you to trade it as if it's really real money. So
Hmm.
when you're actually live in the markets with your real account, you're not going to deviate. You're going to act exactly how you acted in training. That was the whole purpose. So
That's
you
the
can see
purpose.
it like unfold, and you have that moment where you're joyful. So
Hmm.
your trades were very impressive, because I was like, wow, like she gets it, like exactly, and I love that 100%.
It was really good going through the simulation because I started in Thinkorswim, but I realized I need to start early, learning the platform I'm actually going to use. I
Mm-hmm.
spent a couple weeks, I think almost 4 full weeks in total in Sim learning the other platform, Ninja Trader. So, because I wanted to be fluid, I didn't want to have any hiccups, and
Right.
so that helped a lot.
Great, definitely great.
Mhm.
And since then, how have you been doing?
It's been up and down because it seemed like something changed
Mhm.
in the
The
market. The week,
market? Mhm.
yes, it's been extremely whippy, extremely um, just up and down. All the reports that have come out, so I've pulled back a lot,
Mhm.
and I want to continue to trade in the evenings or the afternoon just to get sharper. But yeah, it's definitely a learning process.
Definitely.
Mhm.
I'm glad you're actually seeing the adjustments, because for us, the best way to learn is when the market's volatile. Like probably a year or 2 years ago, when everyone was throwing darts because the market was just going up, everyone's winning all the time. But
Yeah,
the moment we start getting sideways or a little bit of volatility, that's because the selling pressure is coming in. We
yeah,
don't really see as much of those winnings from other people like we used to. But
hmm,
what we say to our students, as long as you stick to the process, because we know that we're able to make money when the market moves up or down. As
right,
long as you stick to the process, adhere to the risk management, we're going to have control losses. You get what I'm
right,
saying? So
right,
it's not always about the wins, because the wins, they're going to come.
right.
But what's more important are keeping the losses small when they
To the
do
minimum.
occur. Because when you're up and you have a loss, is that how big is the loss or how small is that loss? We always want to keep our gains up here, you
Right,
know, so the
right.
losses does not affect us.
That's the key, and to be encouraged the way we are in the room
Mm-hmm.
for us new people to see when I get really good at following the plan, it'll
Mm-hmm.
play out for me just like it will for you.
Right.
That's what is encouraging because you probably don't get that with a lot of other programs. You see it after the fact, but in the room we can see it as it goes. Like, okay, this is how I need to time it better. This is how I need to get out better, and I'll have the same results. You know,
Right.
and I'm like, well, that's just, it's worth the time, it's worth the effort, it's worth the money, it's worth all of it, because once you learn it, that's something that you can do for life. It's just amazing to me that more people don't do it.
I'm stuck too, just at that thought. Why can't more people be involved trading? I
Yeah,
think everyone should be trading to some capacity, not necessarily like, okay, I'm gonna up and leave what I do and do this for a living. There are people that truly, generally love their profession. We always say, stick to it, but there's nothing wrong with learning another skill set, right?
yeah. I mean, it's because you never know what life will present you later. And if you master this now, it can only help you later in whatever capacity you want it to. So that's the way I look at it, even though I haven't really gone, just full force with it. I know when I do, it will work for me because I'm putting the time in now.
Right. And you see the outcome.
I see the
You
outcome.
actually see it, you felt it, you experienced it, and you
Yes.
continue to experience that as well
Hmm.
throughout your entire process. So it doesn't stop. You're just going to continue to get better and better.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Do you have any parting words, Kim?
Other than just to, if it's been on your mind, it's for a reason. If it's something that you can roll around and think about, it's probably for a reason. You probably have the capacity to do it. So you just need to give it a try. And when you do, lock down and focus and study and don't skip paper trading. So if you pull the trigger and go, don't skip paper trading. It'll save you in the end. So
Great advice. Awesome advice.
yeah.
Absolutely love it. All right, everyone, it's been a pleasure. Kim, thank you very much. Until
Thank
next
you.
time, we'll see everyone inside of the Profit Room.
Are you really trading, or are you a